All right, today's afternoon question of the day. Oh, here's a doozy. This one comes from Johnny B in San Francisco, California, by way of Colorado. What is the over-under of wins Colorado will get the season after next when Tim Lincecum becomes a Rocky? It's a good question, Johnny B. Well, let's assume Chassin becomes a good pitcher. We'll assume that Kevin Slowey is average. We'll assume De La Rosa comes back and he's okay. We'll assume that I don't think Jamie Moyer's going to be in the rotation. But we'll assume Tim is still good, even though it's in Colorado, where he hasn't fared too well the last few years. Let's assume that Rafael Betancourt's a good closer. Houston Street's gone, which is addition by subtraction. Let's assume Matt Belisle is a good setup man. Let's assume that Dexter Fowler becomes a good center fielder and learns how to hit. Is it from the left side of the plate? One of the sides he can't hit. Let's assume that they get a first baseman because Todd Helton's half past done and Giambi is too. I think Giambi's gone anyhow. And let's assume that Michael Kadire can play every day in right field. Let's also assume that Casey Blake isn't done at third base. He is done. If all those things fall perfectly, I'm going to go ahead, and they get Tim Lincecum, I'm going to go ahead and put the Rockies over-under in 2013 when they get Tim Lincecum at 89.5 wins, which will anger a lot of Giants fans because they will swallow anything Brian Sabean does. Brian Sabean's basically like George Bush. Everything he does is wrong. Everything, except it worked out for 1 month of one season, so they love the guy. But he's really, really bad. Anyhow, hopefully that answers your question, Johnny B, and I appreciate it. Sorry, this one went a little long, but that's a really good question. That's my area of expertise, so thank you for hitting that one for me, Johnny.